prepare a little bit for the workshop. One is downloading Canva, and the free version will work great. The paid version too, whichever one you prefer. There is a free trial, so you do have more options with the paid version if you want to sign up for the free trial, but you don't have to. The other thing I wanted to point out before we get started is it would be super helpful if you had two devices. So if you had the Zoom playing on a phone or a computer or an iPad, but then you were creating your vision board on a separate device, it's going to be a lot easier and smoother for you. And then you're going to want a pen and a paper. So we're going to do some activities and some writing and some goal setting. So I'm excited. Go ahead and look around, see if somebody you invited is not here yet, and send out a quick reminder. And then we will dive right in. My name's Amber Horn, and I am your co-host tonight with Lori Hart. She'll introduce herself in just a moment, but let's let a few more people in, and then we're going to kick it off.
Awesome, awesome. Just jump in my group.
Okay, let's go. People can join as they come in and hopefully be able to jump right in. So I want to talk like I said, my name's Amber Horn. I live out in Oregon. Let me introduce myself. I am a mom of 6, an empty nest mom of 6. I have 2 grandbabies, a 3rd grandbaby is on the way, and I am just loving being a grandma. It's a lot of fun. It's kind of sad that the kids are all moved out. So I love doing projects. I'm super excited to do this vision board and use a little bit of creativity and also kind of dream bigger about what I want for my life. So as I was thinking about how to describe a vision board or a dream board, I thought immediately back to like kindergarten or 1st grade, or when my kids hit 1st grade, we always had to do this assignment where it was like an all about me board. We'd get out magazines and cut out pictures of things we liked, hobbies we had. I remember like cutting out letters and spelling out words and gluing them on paper. And we called that an all about me board. And we're going to do something a little bit different with a vision board. It's like an all about me board, but you're going to be setting goals and making a board about things you want to become, or things you want to achieve, or places you want to go. You want to dream big, not just who you currently are in your current situation, but you want to think bigger and broader and have a vision for what you want to do in 2024. Now, some of you may have some limiting beliefs. I know I do. I often will think, well, I'm not good enough to do that, or we could never afford that, or I can't achieve that. So I am going to take my limiting beliefs here. I have a glass jar right here. I'm going to open up this lid. I'm going to throw them all in my jar, and I'm going to put the lid on tonight because I am putting those away. I am going to think big, dream big, and shut out all my limiting beliefs. And I want to challenge you to do the same. All right, we're going to go big here. So I'm going to turn the time over to Lori, my co-host. She's going to step us through some activities, and I'm really excited about that.
Awesome. Okay, hey guys, so I'm Lori Hart. I'm a mom from Boston, Mass. I have same as Amber. I'm also an empty nester and a grandma. So I have a 10-month-old grandson, and I have 2 daughters. One is in college, and the other one is a grown mom, and she doesn't live here. So it is kind of strange, to become 50 years old and to start doing these things again, like Amber said. I remember being back in kindergarten. I remember being little and doing these kind of dreaming activities and cutting paper and gluing and all the things. But it's also, as you're growing through life, you start to forget about that. You start to forget about who you are and the process of vision and the process of dreaming and the process of, can I really have that? So I want to leave you, I want to start you with this quote that I absolutely love. It's from Dr. Joseph McClendon. He has taught us this, and it's what you think, you feel, what you feel, you do, what you do, you have. So as you're creating your vision board and you're thinking, can you guys hear me okay? I feel like it just kind of shrunk down and came off, right? So as you're thinking about that, the reason to visualize is so that it keeps you thinking. So as you're thinking, you're feeling, and as you're feeling, you're doing, and as you're doing, you're having. So I want you to remind you of that as we're making these vision boards. So remember to just think about the things that you want in your life through all aspects, relationships, career, right? Family, all the things. It's not just what you want to have tangible. It's about everything in your life, including those things. Because for me, I know that I want a home in Cabo someday because I want to do big things in that home in Cabo someday. I want to have that home so I can bring other women who are visioning and growing and learning. And so I'm dreaming really grandiose and all of my limiting beliefs are right here in my jar. I'm going to close them up, shake them up, and throw them away. One of the things I want to do before I get started with having you guys write some things down and give you some activity is I want to bring my friend Christina here and have her speak just a little bit because she has been making vision boards and dream boards, and it's something really dear to her. And I wanted her to just share a little bit about maybe how these have impacted her in the past. So Christina, if you can come off mute and share a little about yourself, who you are, and hi girls. I love that she has her family with her. That just is amazing.
Hi, everyone. So yeah, I'm Christina Martinez-Williams. I live in Fort Washington, Maryland, and I've been drinking ketones for 7.5 years and sharing them for 6, like a couple days ago. And yes, vision boards, I was looking at them. I actually hosted a vision board party in my local community a couple weeks ago because it is something that I've done and it really love to do for myself, but I love to engage with other people in doing. And so I love that we're doing this together tonight. And I wanted to show you a couple of examples because I actually was a little bit surprised. As much as I believe in them, I was a little surprised when I looked back at some of these vision boards that these things have actually come true. And the reason for that is that our RAS, which we have, our RAS is our reticular activating system. And we, as our brains, as humans, we take in there's around us, there's like 2 million bits of information, but our brains can only take in 134. And with that is amazing because our brains are constantly filtering the information that comes through. But once we start focusing on something, where our focus goes, our energy flows and our brains make happen. And so it's like when we go to buy a new car and we see that new car everywhere that we look, the more that we look for it, the more we see it and we're researching it, we're talking about it. And then we see that new car and it seems like everyone's driving that new car. It's always around, but it's always been there. We just didn't see it before. And I want a Tesla with Prove It. I don't have one yet. I will have one in the future that will be that's on my vision board. It still is on my vision board. But she sees them everywhere because she really wants a Tesla too. So she's constantly telling me whenever we're out, Mommy, there's a Tesla. Mommy, there's a Tesla. There's another one. There's another one. And there's another one. And I'm parking next to them always. That by chance, like they're the same color as my Lexus that I've earned from Prove It. And then I park next to a white Tesla. So it shows up. And there's so many ways to do vision boards. And tonight I'm excited that we're doing a virtual one, but I wanted to show you just an example of what it can be. And the more specific you can be, so this is just like a manila folder, but the more specific you can be, the more it is showing up. And so one of my mentors in Prove It is Mitch Newman. And I showed him this vision board, which I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but there's this right here with these 2 faces. And the purple shirt is me and the red shirt is my husband. And I told him that this is us speaking on the stage in Prove It. And he said, well, how do I know that that's you and your husband? Because it's just a little circle with no eyes, no nose, no nothing. You can't tell that it's me or my husband. And so he said, well, you need to put a picture of you guys on stage so that you are looking at yourselves there, that you're seeing yourself on stage. And so in my next vision board, which I made on Pinterest, I took a picture of us. Let me see if I can dim this down so you can see it. I took a picture of us on a stage. And it was like at a magic show, but we were on a stage. So I took a picture on a stage so I could actually visualize us on a stage, my husband and I. But I also took a picture of me on a stage right here. And this stage where I took that picture, was a playbook stage way back like years ago at a playbook. And I wanted to speak on a stage in Prove It. And I got to do that with Lori this year in Boston on playbook. So that happened because that's on my vision board in Pinterest. And I was looking regularly at that picture. Same thing with a lot of things on here. They're on here. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this has happened. The girls have passports. This was my first goal with Prove It, was to get a passport for the girls. That's why this picture is on this vision board. And that was one of the first goals that I hit, was getting their passports. So choose really specific things tonight. And I'm sure Amber and Lori are going to walk us through that. But there's so many, the more specific you can be, even now, you know, I know on iPhones, at least, if you press and hold the picture, it like pulls your body out. You can create your own, like you can transport yourself to wherever you want to be. So I had my husband put us in Santorini, Greece, because I want to be there with him. And so we're like in the picture in Santorini, Greece. So when I'm looking at it, I'm looking at us there. I'm not just looking at Santorini, but I'm visualizing, I'm seeing us there. So the more that you can see it, the more that you can make your picture something super specific, not just that car you want, but what is that car that you want? Not that place that you want to travel to, but what is that place that you want to travel to? And the more specific, and then the more that it can be, I love the virtual ones that we're doing tonight, because the more that it can show up wherever this goes with you, the more that you're going to see it and the more you're going to focus on it. Yeah. So super excited.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you, Christina. So you can tell she's really passionate. And the best part about it is, I was going to talk about the reticular activating system, which is so cool because it is something that you'll see all of a sudden, like, oh my gosh, I'm thinking about this car and I'm seeing it everywhere. Has that happened to you guys? If so, put your hand up or say yes. Yes. Has that happened to you guys? When you're thinking about something and focusing on it, you happen to see it everywhere. So that's really cool. Thank you so much. I love that. So we're going to give you guys just a few minutes to do those specific activities before we get into the real techie stuff, is what I call it, the stuff that my friend Amber is good at. We're going to give you guys 5 to 10 minutes, and I'm going to walk you through an exercise where I just want you to think about all the things that you want. And I know that you probably started today because you knew that this was coming up the last couple of days. You knew that we were getting ready to have this vision board party. So you're like, I'm thinking. So I'm going to have you write down some really specific goals, like Christina talked about. If it's a new car that you want, what does it look like? What does it smell like? What color is it? Who's driving it, right? If it's a brand new home that you want, where is it? Is it around the ocean? Is it around the mountains? Is it in the city? Like, what is it that you're doing there? Like, get really specific with your goals, because the more you can connect with them, the more they become part of you. So we're going to give you 5 to 10 minutes to start writing out some goals. It can be inspiration. It can be inspirational quotes. It can be things that you love, that you just want to have. It can be your family. Any of those things that are in your head. We're going to set a timer. It's going to be quiet for a little bit. I think that maybe we can have a little music playing. Do we have a DJ in the house tonight? Amber, is that happening? Do we have Noe here? Is she going to play some tunes? But we're going to give you 5 to 10 minutes to get a paper and a pen and just start that visualization process by brain dumping, is what we call it. Just writing everything. And, let me give you a little tip. If there's something, or if you're like, I just can't think of what I want you to write down what you don't want, because by writing down what you don't want, the opposite of that is typically what you do want. All right. So let's go there and let's do that. 5 to 10 minutes. There'll be some silence unless we can get some music on, and let's hang out.
Yeah, I don't think we were able to get the music playing in the Zoom, so we're just going to have to be quiet. And maybe if you're muted, you could play some music in the background that helps you dream bigger or relax, and just think about what you want.
Awesome. And you guys will be able to work on this later. I'm going to look through the chat. If you want to mute us, if you're asking questions, I'm going to go in there. If you want to mute us, like Amber said, put on some music. And sorry, I didn't get the memo on that, but that makes sense. Sometimes it shuts these down if you're playing music. So I'm going to listen to the chat. And if you need to put us on mute, go right ahead, but just start writing. So the time frame, just so you know, this is a great question. Mitzi was just asking. The time frame is this year, 2024. And so let's just stick with this year. And then you can open that up later for longer term goals. That's a really great question.
So if you came in a little bit late, keep working if you already got the memo, but it will be super helpful. In just a minute, we're going to jump into actually creating a digital vision board, and it would be super helpful if you were on a different device. For example, I am on my computer watching and being part of the Zoom, but I'm going to make my vision board in Canva on my phone. So that will be helpful, and it'll just be easier for you. I mean, you can do both, but you're going to have to toggle back and forth between the screens. If you don't have Canva downloaded, this would be a good time to do that. You can use the free version of Canva. It's Canva. Hopefully you guys already got that memo or already have that software. There is a free trial. The difference really between the free trial and the pro version is you get access to a lot more images if you have the pro version, and then there's a few features that you can use separately from the free version, but it's totally up to you. You can make a beautiful vision board digitally with the free version, and it would be totally cool. Just a few more minutes. If you're just hopping on, we are writing down some things that we want to accomplish or become or do in 2024. So we're just kind of taking notes and dreaming for a few minutes before we jump into actually making our vision boards. And we also have a few prizes that we want to give away. We're going to do a drawing here in a few minutes, and then another drawing at the end. One of the prizes is this book called Believe It. Jamie Kern Lima. She is the founder of It Cosmetics, and she was a dreamer, and she worked hard to get her business going. And it's an amazing story of persistence, of not letting the narrow-minded thinkers get in your way, and just going for things and going for big things. And then I also have a chaffle maker, so we'll give that away as well. So 2 prizes. We'll do one at the end, and then we'll do one here in just a few minutes. So just wrap up for another minute. This vision board, I don't think you're going to finish it tonight, and that's okay. You want to be intentional and spend some time really thinking about what you want and adding to it. But hopefully we'll get a really good start, and you'll be able to have all the tools and resources you need to complete it.
Yeah. If you're kind of feeling like a little bit stuck, I'm just going to give you a few prompts to think about, like, how can you be happier at work? Do you have career goals? Do you have a dream job? Right? Think about those things as you're writing. How about a healthier body and mind? Think about transforming your body and your health. Financial goals for the year. Do you have a number? What should you be saving for? Like, are you saving for a house? Because if we don't have those goals in place, then we just tend to not achieve them, right? So sometimes if we're thinking of numbers, how How can you improve your relationship with your partner, your family? That's definitely on my board this year. Your friends. Anything you'd like to try? Like this year, I tried zip lining for the first time ever. There's a story behind that. You wouldn't like, I do have a video. You may or may not want to see it. I was very scared, but it really pushed me out of my comfort zone. Anything you've wanted to learn, anything you've wanted to take in school, like a class. A couple of years ago, I took a class on crocheting and knitting. It was a lot of fun, something I've always wanted to do. Or a place you want to travel to, like where do you want to go in life? So those might help you. Yes, Sarah, that's awesome. Yeah, Amber, those are great books. Amber, that book is great. Sarah's got Worthy coming next month. Jamie Carlina is an amazing author. I have that book right here. She's just awesome. She'll help you believe in it. That's for sure. So does anybody have anything they want to share in the chat? Anything that they're thinking about that they're super excited about for creating? A goal or a dream? Yes. I love that. Amber wants to feel bolder this year. Be bolder. Ooh, look at this. These are great goals. Go to the Grand Canyon. Courtney says new car. What kind of new car? What kind of car do you want, Courtney? To complete my first Spartan race. Wow. I'd love to do that someday. Cecilia says not feeling guilty for doing what's best for me. I love that. Trisha wants to make an event. Lisa, where do you want your new house to be? Beth Ann doesn't want to be afraid to hit record. You got this, girl. Taylor wants to be a champ. Kelly wants to build Carrie Underwood's legs. Well, I have a feeling you're on your way because I've seen what you've been doing the last few months. Mary wants to get her blood sugar levels normal. It's a great goal. Specifically, an all-black Escalade 4-wheel drive, says Audrey, a new car. I love it. Wellness vacation. A big white house with a large gathering area and a kitchen. Amber, I love that. I love those black and white houses. I've been seeing them everywhere lately. Start writing a book. Noelle, that's awesome. Going to Ireland for your 30th birthday. Awesome. Disney run. Complete a 5K. Rank 6 first cruise. Daily exercise. Investment house on the beach. That's awesome, Amy. Retire from teaching, Pam. I love that. Ooh, Lisa, that's good. Lisa's really dreaming. She wants all one floor, like a ranch style. Those are the things we need to think of. Yes. Wow. You guys are doing great. Look at all those things. So maybe in another minute, we're super excited. I cannot wait to see how to do this, Amber. I'm excited for you to come and teach us the tech piece.
Okay, we're going to give away the book. Let's do a drawing. And Noelle, if you want to come off mute, I know you've been writing names down. The first thing we're going to give away is the book called Believe It. If you are the winner, I'm going to have you email me and I'll put my email in the chat. And that way I can get your address and get connected with you. So Noelle, if you want to give away the book, draw out a name.
I love that book. I'm so excited for whoever gets it. Okay. So the person, if I ever butcher a name, I apologize in advance. But this one is Mary Hammond.
I
Good
see
work.
her on here. Okay, Mary, congratulations.
Yay!
You won the book. So what I need you to do, I just put my email address in the comments. If you could write that down and then just send me an email and let me know that you won the book and send me your mailing address and then I can get it off to you.
Awesome. Congratulations. Great job, Noelle, with the spelling and the verbiage on that one.
Thank
You
you.
rock,
Thank
you
you.
rock.
And the pink, and the pink.
Yes. I miss you. I miss those dances that you do.
Okay, Lori, we ready to dive in?
Yes, we are ready. Ready, ready,
Okay.
ready.
Okay. So the first thing we're going to do, well, first a few things we're going to do. One is I'm going to have you pick a template, and then I'm going to have you pick a color scheme, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. So when you're thinking of template, a template really is like a layout, what the layout of your board's going to look like. And you're going to want to think about things like, are you going to print it? Do you want it landscaped? Do you want it portrait? If you want to use it as a screensaver on your phone, you definitely want to think about the shape and size that you're going to make your vision board. Is it something you want to be really symmetrical, or do you like more of a collage-y look? So I'm going to show you a few templates. I don't want you to think or look at the color or the aesthetic of it, like maybe it has images on it, or maybe it has bold, bright colors and you're more of a neutral person, because that is all going to change. I'm going to show you some templates, and I really want you just to focus on the actual layout of the vision board, okay? So I had to put together a little website. It's I'll put it in the chat. It's promoter.org, okay? If you want to go to it, I'm going to pull it up on my screen. Let me type it here. And I've put together some templates that we can look at tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and talk you through them.
You are amazing. Can I say one quick thing too? What Amber's saying, the cool thing about this vision board she's walking us through, it can be on our phone, or we can go send it to get printed off and make like even a canvas print out. So think about that. How cool is that? We can use this board in like so many different ways.
Yeah, that's
I
great.
just
And definitely something to think about when you're choosing a template, because if you are going to print it, maybe you have a specific place on your wall in your office that you want it, and maybe you kind of have a vision for if it should be landscape or portrait, and I'll show you what that means. So what I have here is a template. This is the template. Like I said, I want you to just envision the actual placement of the pictures. Another thing you want to think about is how simple you want it. Do you want to put like 40 to 50 pictures on it? Well, if you do, good for you, but that's way too much for me. I'm a lot simpler than that and get overwhelmed easily. So I would probably choose something more like 10 pictures. So I use this template and kind of use some earthy colors and popped in some pictures of things that I want to do in 2024. I want to be braver. I want to do some adventures. I want to buy a house. I put some quotes in here that I liked. I put, I want to go to the Grand Canyon in 2024. So I've got a picture of that. So here is a template that you can choose. If you want that template, just click the template link, and let me show you what you need to do if you do that. There's two buttons here. One says edit template. Do not click that one. That will edit my template. I want you to click the second link that says use template for a new design. And then it will open up for you in Canva because you've already downloaded Canva on your device. All right, let's go to the next one. This one is more of a collage-y look. You can always add more pictures. Like you can see there's some spaces here where you can add some things, but this is definitely more of a collage-y look. You can change the words here. They're not permanent. So if you don't like this thing that says say yes, you can put whatever words you want to on there. So if you like kind of more of a collage-y look, you're going to click that template link. And again, click the second button that's going to start a new one for you. All right, here's one that I made. Now I used this template. I inputted my own color scheme, and then I put pictures of myself on here, little phrases and sayings, things that spoke to me, things that excited me. And I made my own little vision board using this template. And like I said, don't look at the color. We're just looking at the fact that it's very symmetrical. It's portrait. It looks like there's 12 or maybe 15 spots here for either pictures or phrases or sayings. That's what you're looking at, more of the overall look, not the color scheme. All right, if you like that one, you're going to hit template link. Here's another example. And this one, I pretty much put the same things on here, but you can see that each of the images, it has a little more space. I will show you what that one looks like on the template. It's more of a black and white one, so you can look past the pink. And if you want that one, hit use template for a new design. And then the last one we have on here, it is very girly. So look past that. Like I said, it's got some fall flowers on there and some girly things. But again, we're not looking at the aesthetic. We're looking at the overall formatting of it. This is what it would look like before you added pictures. And each one of these spots is a place for a photo. So those are the ones that I chose that I thought would be super simple. If you hate all of them for whatever reason, I don't know, then maybe you're super picky. You can go into Canva and you can go to the home and you can hit create a design. I'm going to go slow here. And in the search bar, you can type in vision board. Oh, okay. That didn't work. Create a custom size. No. I don't know why
You have to do it in the middle there. What will you design today? Right, not this, yeah. Right,
Oh, yeah, right there. Thank you.
Yeah. I'm learning.
And then it's going to pull up all kinds of templates. So you can choose from any of these templates. I just picked some out that would be more like beginner level. That's not going to be too overwhelming or too busy and have enough spots for pictures that you wanted. And also paying attention to like the different sizes, because some of these are square. Some of them have a lot of words on them. This one right here is one of the ones I chose.
Yeah. I like that.
This one I chose. So some of them, the pictures kind of bleed together. And there's no borders. And so if you like that look, you could choose one of those. And I am going to go back here and I'm going to choose a simple one and walk you through it. So I'm going to choose this one. Again, click the second thing if you're using one of the templates that I created. And there we go. Okay, hopefully you're all in the same spot. You've chosen a template. I'll give you a few seconds to kind of think through that. The template's not an easy thing to change down the road. So if you are unsure about it, I wouldn't dive too far deep into adding a bunch of content on it because you can't just say switch template. Or you might be able to. I just don't know how to do that. But I would just make sure that you spend just a few seconds and figure out exactly what you want. All right. Are you watching the chat, Lori? Because I don't see it.
Yep. So somebody just said Pam. So Pam, Amber put a link in the, it was proveitpromoter.org. It's right here. Erica posted it again. You can just click on that and that's how you're going to get the templates. The weather is really bad. Okay. Tonight in South Carolina. So if you want to just be sure to jot down proveitpromoter.org down or go to canva.com and just put in vision boards to get your template.
Yeah, Erica, did you say Erica put the link down there that you can click
Erica
to?
put the link in. Yep, it's right in the chat. If you scroll up, you'll see it. Thanks, Erica.
Okay. The next thing, if you want to color coordinate it and choose a color scheme, if you are really struggling with technology and this is above your head, don't even worry about this piece, okay? This is for people that want to pick a color scheme and make it more like true to them, as aesthetic to them, and personalize it. If you struggle with technology and you can't even get to that website, don't even go to this next step. I don't want to frustrate you. Okay, so I'm going to just go to Google and I'm going to type in the word color palette, and I added the word bright. I want to look for color palettes that are bright because I'm going to make a really bright board. If I liked more neutrals, I would do color palette neutral. Or if you're a pink person, you could do color palette pink, or, you know, whatever, pastel, pink and green, blue, whatever colors you like, whatever color scheme you like, just put it in there and go ahead and do an image search. And what did oh, I don't want pink. Let's do bold. Let's do color palette bold. And I am going to find one that I love, that speaks to me. Now, when you're looking at color palettes, you're going to want one that has like only 5 or 6 colors on it, because Canva is going to pull the colors out, but it's going to just choose a random 5 or 6. So for example, if you choose this one up here, you don't know which 5 or 6 colors it's going to pull out. So it's better just to kind of stick with a color palette that has 5 or 6 colors on it that you really like. This one's kind of fun. So I am going to go ahead and save image as. I'm going to save it on my desktop and I'm going to call it my color palette. Oops, bold.
Amber, can I ask a question? Because I
Yes.
just was inspired with an idea. I have a black and white wall in my house of pictures, and even though I want to do Caribbean photos and all that, can I still make a black and white vision board? Would that be
Yeah. So last year my vision board was black and white.
cool? Okay.
And it turned out really cool. It was my screensaver on my phone and I really had fun with it. So it had
Thank
a
you.
little pop of some like brown neutral colors in it, but it was mostly black and white and I loved it. So yeah,
Awesome.
you can do whatever you want. Okay, so then we're going to go back into our vision board template. Open the right one. It's over here. Okay, now what you're going to want to do is upload that color palette as an image into Canva. So I'm going to go over here and there's a button called Uploads. Like I said, if this is over your head or too much, just hold on and we'll get to the part where you can jump back in. So you're going to click Uploads and I'm going to click Upload Files. You with me? Upload
Yep.
files.
I'm not techie at all, so all I'm doing is taking a note just to have each thing jotted down so I can go back on my own.
Okay.
If anyone's feeling that way, just write down exactly what she's doing, and then you'll have the instructions.
Now I saved it on my desktop. It's called Color Palette Bold. I am going to select it and upload it. And there it is. Okay. Once it's uploaded, I'm going to click on it and it's going to show up in my design. It doesn't matter where it shows up because I'm going to get rid of it in just a minute. I just want it there because I want Canva to choose those colors. So I'm going to change my background to probably this darkest color. So I'm going to click on the background. And this is the color it currently is. I hope I'm not going too fast.
No, and like Amber said, if you're not super techie, don't even worry about this. It can be the color that it is.
I'm going to scroll down until it says, I have a lot of colors saved. So it says photo colors and it's pulled all the colors from that photo. And I'm going to choose the dark one, which isn't much different than it already was. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change the color on each one of these squares. I'm going to click on it, change it to the colors in my color palette.
How fun is this?
I could leave some white if I wanted to, but I've got this like tan color over here. And Now, some of these you're going to fill up completely with images. So it doesn't, you can leave them white knowing that, okay, I'm not going to have a color there. I'm actually going to put an image there, a full image. And I know that everyone on here is not at the same level as far as tech, and that's okay. I don't want anyone to feel bad, but I also want to give enough options for those that want a little bit more to be able to learn. Okay, so now that I have all these colors selected, I can delete that image by highlighting it and just clicking delete. And I've got a color branded vision board ready for me to put pictures in. I'm going to change the color on 2024. It's black. Let's see what it looks like. Yellow. Red. I like the red.
Bold.
Ooh,
I like the red. You're bold this year. Go red.
okay. Go red. Okay, so now I'm ready for the fun part. I've got my layout, I've got my colors. Now I get to add all kinds of fun things. So if you don't have any pictures of yourself already in Canva, you're going to upload the files the exact same way that I uploaded that picture of the color palette. So you go to upload files. Okay. And I don't have any saved on my desktop, so I'm not going to upload any right now. But I do have a whole bunch of pictures in here that I've uploaded before that I can scroll through and see if I want to add any into here. And I think I want to add this one. Okay. And I think I'm going to put that one right there.
Love it.
I look super happy in that picture, so I am going to click on elements and look for the word happy. And see what they have. I can search in here. Now I can search graphics, happy, see everything they have.
How fun. So you clicked on elements and then this brought up these stickers.
Yes. So it can bring up graphics, it can bring up photos, it can bring up videos, which you don't really want on your vision board. But I'm going to go back to graphics. Now, here's something that I want to tell you about that's super important. Let's say I want these smiley faces, right? And I'm going to change those smiley faces into my color palette so it all matches. And I'm going to put those over here over my face. Okay, it looks like it's already locked. So sometimes what happens is this will trump what I have in there and take out my picture. And so what I do is I lock it. And I say, I don't want that picture to disappear. So I'm going to come up here to the lock and I'm going to lock it. So it's nothing else can, if I accidentally drag another image over it, it's not going to take the place of it. And I'm just going to put the happy there. Okay, so I know I want to go to the Grand Canyon. It's on my list. So I'm going to search up Grand Canyon. These are the graphics for Grand Canyon. If you see the crown on here for Pro, that's the paid version. There's not a crown on this one or these. That means that I can use them. But if you don't have the paid version, the ones with the crowns, you won't be able to use. It'll put like a watermark over it. And I'm going to look for a photo.
And if you have your camera roll, can you do that replace thing?
Yes, you can
Okay.
go to upload. Yeah, so
Okay.
you can go to Pinterest and save pictures. You can go to Google image search and save pictures. You don't have to use the pictures that are in Canva. You can use any picture from your phone. You're just going to hit upload and then upload files, and it's going to pull your camera roll from your device that you're currently on. So if you can use elements and use the pictures that are already there, if you have the paid version, there's so many there to choose from. And let me show you another hack for those that have the paid version. I can come up here and filter the searches. And let's say I want all of the ones of the Grand Canyon that are red. Let's see if it comes up with any. Okay, well, that wasn't a good search. Let's see the ones that are gray. So if I had a color scheme, and this is not a good example because if I had the airplane, let's say I had airplane on here. This is a better example of what I'm trying to show you. Okay. Now, if I wanted to choose only airplanes that were pink. Oh, actually, let me do red since that's in my color scheme. It's going to pull up airplanes that are going to fit only my color scheme. So I can pull that over and I can dump it in there and replace it with the red like that.
You may as
Okay.
well put a private jet, right?
Yeah.
We're dreaming.
Let's see if the word private jet.
That's
pops
yours
up.
right there. I see it.
If it doesn't, I can put in the text box. So I click text, choose one of them. This one's awful small, so I'm going to make it bigger. And I'm going to type in the word private jet. I need to make it even bigger. Can put it up here. Now, if I don't like that font, I can come here and find so many font options and put it there. So it's time for you to play around. And if you have any questions, you can dump them in the chat. I am happy to answer. I want you to keep it simple though. Don't push yourself to the point of getting frustrated. Sometimes technology can be frustrating and everyone is at a different level and that's okay. I showed you enough to be able to get started and kind of explore. I've been using Canva for a long time and I just learned how to use it by using it. And sometimes I got frustrated and sometimes I had to Google like, what's happening here in Canva when my image keeps getting replaced, and it showed me exactly what I needed to do. But I'm here to help you with that. And I don't want you to get to the point where you're frustrated because I know that can happen if you're trying to make it more complicated than it needs to be. So let's just keep it simple, find a simple template and start dropping in your things, dropping in your dreams and your visions and your quotes and your words that you want to put in there.
That was awesome. You are such a great teacher.
Oh, thank you. Okay, one more thing I actually wanted to share that is fun. I am going to lock this one and I'm going to put an image. I'm going to lock it, okay? And I'm going to put an image in there, a cutout image. So I'm going to go to my uploads and I'm going to put this one in there. All right. Now, this is definitely a pro feature. So if you don't have pro, this is something you can do on your phone. You can make a sticker and cut out the background. So I'm going to actually do it in Canva. So I'm going to hit edit photo. And there's something called the BG remover. Click it. And it took away the background. So I am going to put that. So, okay, so it still got rid of it. I thought I locked it. Oops. Where did it go? All right. Let me get another image and put it over the top and then put it behind it. I don't know why it's doing that. So that's what I mean. Sometimes it will replace your picture and it can be frustrating, but you just kind of learn to work around. So that's on top of my picture. I'm going to hit position and I'm going to hit send it backwards because I want my picture on top. And then it goes like that.
Wow. Very cool. Can I ask you a question? Can you show us how to put words somewhere where there's no words? So say, for instance, you were to use a template and there were words, but you didn't want them there, so you deleted the spot. How do you go
Okay.
back and put words in again?
Yeah, let me go to a different template. Let's try this one.
Do you know what I mean? In case you want to put some inspirational quotes somewhere where there's no words.
Yeah, so let's so should I delete something that's
Yeah,
here?
delete
Something else?
everything in the center, all the 2024, the lines. So there's no way for me to text anything now. How would
Okay.
I write
Okay.
it?
So
Yes.
the first thing I would probably do is put in a white box.
Mhm.
So I'm going to go to my elements and
Okay.
I'm going to grab a rectangle
Okay.
and I'm going to make it, it's peach colored. So I'm going to make it white.
Okay.
And the next thing I'm going to do is probably put some Well, let me see if there's a phrase that says vision board already. Vision board. And I'm going to look at graphics. And I can put that in there if I want to. Vision board. And I would just put it right there. Just drag it where I want it. And then I could put a text box and put 2024.
That's what I'm talking about, getting a text box back in.
Yeah. So yeah, you just you click over on text.
Mhm.
There are some text templates down here of different fonts. Let's say you
Yep.
like this Be Brave font.
Cool.
It's purple right now, so let's change it black. And you can type in whatever you want. And then you can resize it and drag it to exactly where you want it. Is that what you meant?
Yeah, yep. I was just curious on changing like quotes, or if you had like a space on a template that had you wanted to write on, how would you actually do that if it didn't have like
Yeah.
the prompt?
So there are a lot of phrases under element.
Okay.
Like if I typed in the word inspire, I could grab an inspire.
Yeah.
I can change the color on it. So if they don't have the phrase you want in the way you don't like it, the way it looks, you can just add text and make it exactly how you want it.
Cool. Is this helpful, everybody, in the comments? If you want to say yes, is this very helpful?
Okay, what if your template has photos already? Then I will show you what to do.
Oh,
Let's
she's
find one.
using one that's in Canva. I thought she was grabbing yours where you already had put photos in it. Gotcha.
Okay, let's do this one.
Very helpful.
I'm
Awesome.
going to customize this
Hey, Lori.
template.
Awesome.
And I don't want that picture there, so I'm going to highlight it and then see this garbage can right here? I'm going to delete it. And I'm going to delete it. Now, it's asking me if I want to delete the frame or the image, and I just want to delete the image and have that there for me to dump in my own frame or my own picture into that frame.
Got it.
I also
So
found that you can drag photos over too.
Yes, you can. So if I had a picture that I wanted to put in here, I don't want any of those pictures, that's for sure. Those are maybe 4 pictures. I can drag it into the frame and it just sucks it in. Now, if I don't want to accidentally suck something else in there, that's when you're going to want to use the lock it there so it can't be impacted.
And then isn't there a replace button too, right? I use that one a lot.
There is, yeah. So if you,
Like it brings right to your camera roll.
I'm going to unlock that and then I am going to hit replace. I actually don't know where it's at on the computer because I use Canva on my phone mostly.
Yeah,
I don't actually know where it's at.
that's okay. I usually use the replace because I can grab it from my camera roll quick.
Yeah.
I love learning all these elements in text. This is so much fun.
I don't know where the replace is, unfortunately. Okay, any other questions? Yes, 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 yes. Oh, awesome. I'm glad it's helpful. I was worried that it is maybe a little too complicated, but I wanted to make it as simple as possible. Oh, yeah. If you're feeling overwhelmed, then maybe just kind of watch and see what people are doing. But if it's too frustrating or way over your head, no big deal at all. You can always go back to the glue, the magazines, the paper. I love those kind too.
Exactly. I had my mute on and I was just going to say that exactly. Like the fun part about this is we can go back and cut out magazines and glue if we want. Yes, I think that this year for all, if we don't know tech, I think it's a good year to say, you know what? I'm going to stop saying I can't and I don't know and start to learn. I'm going to play more with Canva after this. It's a great lesson.
Yeah, it can also be a time sucker too.
Yeah.
I have
Set the
learned that.
timer.
Yeah, set a timer. And for me, it's just like where I like to play and have fun. And like it's become a little hobby. And so I have to be careful. I have to check myself. Like, is this productive? Is this fun
Yeah.
time? What am I doing here? Because there's so many possibilities and things that you can create and make and design. And this is just scratching the surface. So if this is something that you love, you can let me know. We can always do like a level 2 workshop of some sort. It doesn't have to be a vision board. It could be creating any type of graphic. But yeah, it's super fun. I enjoy it and it has lots of different uses. So any other questions before we wrap up? Ideally, what you're going to do now is hop off the Zoom. And if you have time tonight, continue working on your vision board or just set aside a few minutes each day to kind of add to it. It's going to be a work in progress. I don't expect anyone to finish it tonight, but you're going to want to take some time and really think about what you want on there, what you want in your life, what your dreams and ambitions truly are for this year and what would excite you. And if you have any tech questions, feel free to reach out to me. I did drop my email in there. I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have. If it's way over your head, no big deal. Like Lori said, just go back to paper, glue, and scissors and have fun creating that way.
Yeah. Do we have time for a share? 1 or 2 shares if somebody's finished? If not, that's completely okay too. We wanted to wrap up in an hour, so we're respecting your time. But if anybody's done and they're super excited and they want to show. And that's okay too if you don't want to. Everybody's having a bad storm, it looks like. Audrey can share. Okay, awesome, Audrey.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Audrey.
I don't
How
have
are
mine
you?
done yet. I'm good. How are you?
Good. I'm so glad you came.
Aw,
So,
thank you.
yeah.
So, I want to first start by saying I did this last year for the first time and absolutely loved it. I made it the background on my phone, on my watch, and then I printed it out and like put it up so I could see it. And this year I was like, this sounds like a lot of fun. I would love to do it. Then I'm like, well, a lot of the stuff from last year was, I'm still kind of striving for some of those things. So what's the point, right? And I was like, no, I'm going to do it. Maybe something will change. And I put in the chat, this is really like made me think about this year because a lot of the things that I wanted last year, yeah, some of them are the same, but there's actually quite a few new things that I've put on there and things that I have gotten like more certain with. For instance, last year I just wanted to be more healthy overall and work on my fitness. And this year I have a goal to do a Spartan race and I have a goal to do a 5K. And so I'm kind of working toward getting like zoned in on exactly what I want. I know what type of car that I want. I know what color it is. I know the year. I know the model. So it's like just zoning in. So
Cool.
this has been really helpful to kind of spark that creativity again and get a new vision for this year. So thank you guys for doing this. I appreciate it. I'm wicked
You're
excited.
Do you have anything finished or you just was sharing?
I don't.
Okay, no problem. Show me when you do. I want to hear from you
I
later.
will.
Okay. Thank you so much. That's
Thank
awesome. I'm
you.
glad this inspired you to kind of get clear on your goals.
Yeah, thank you. I
So
appreciate
much.
it.
Yeah.
Lori,
Awesome.
did you see the chat? Amy put hers. It looks like it's actually finished. That's amazing. You're muted.
All right. Sorry about that. Wow, that's beautiful. I love the colors. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
No?
we can hear you
Oh,
now.
okay. I was lost. That's so nice. Great job, Amy. Awesome. All right. Oops. All right, here I am. I keep losing myself.
Oh my gosh, Lori, we have to do the second drawing before we get off. I totally
Okay.
forgot.
Yes, one more drawing. Awesome.
Whoop, whoop.
Noelle,
Oh, Beth
you got the
Ann.
drum roll?
Love it. Okay, Noelle, we're giving away a chaffle maker. Who is the lucky winner?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I put my whatever these things are in. So, okay, guys. Oh, another easy one. Sue Collins.
Yay,
Is Sue on?
Sue. Is Sue on? She was, I know she had to shovel her driveway at one point. Sue, are you still on? She lives out in Wisconsin. She is on. Awesome. Congrats, Sue. She's here. Yay.
Okay, I dropped my email address in the chat. Lori, if you want to connect with her too, it sounds
Yeah.
like you know Sue.
Yes.
We can make sure to get this in the mail. So congratulations, Sue. That's exciting.
Yeah. Well, awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. Amber, you want to wrap it up? Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah,
Right.
so hopefully, like I said, you guys continue working on your vision boards, and Gloria had mentioned printing them or putting them in your screensaver or making a canvas out of them. Really put it somewhere where you're going to see it often, where you're going to feel inspired, where you're going to remember the things that you want to focus on this year and be able to remind yourself daily of those things. So I'm excited for you. I can't wait to see them. I put my email address on there. I would love to see finished vision boards, and I can share them with Lori as well. But
Hey.
thank you for coming. Oh, Nick's got something to say.
Yeah, because I have an idea and I like the fact that you want people to email you their boards.
Yes.
Let's do a little fun with it. If you get your board done by Sunday, that'll give you the weekend to work on it if you're taxed for time right now. Email to Amber and then we'll draw for 5 awesome prizes of anybody that submits their board, because I know it's easy to be on this and just have spent the hour and then not complete it. And the worst thing you can do is not complete the vision for your future, because that's the roadmap to where you're going. So we'll
Yes.
give away 5 fun prizes. They'll be worth your time. So make sure you get it done and let's have a little fun with that. And I'm excited to see the boards as well. So thank you, Lori. Thank you, Amber, for putting this on. And Noelle, Christina for helping support as well. And we'll talk to you guys later.
Awesome. Thank you, Nick. You can come
Awesome.
on and share that kind of news anytime.
Yes. We
I'm
like
excited.
prizes. So remember what I said in the beginning, what you think you feel, what you feel you do, what you do you have. So like Amber said, keep that vision board in your forefront so you're always thinking about it, right? And you're always feeling it, and then you'll lead to those things throughout the year. So this was so much fun.
Awesome. All right, guys, have a good night. Thank you for coming. We'll talk to you
Thank you.
later.
Bye, everybody.